We turn now to actually one of my favorites, because I'm a Bill Clinton fan. But Bill is a curious fellow sometimes. And yesterday, President Clinton was on, I think, JR, was this CNN with Piers Morgan or Harvey Weinstein?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, when Cenk is out, they get us. When Piers is out, Harvey Weinstein. But here's President Clinton talking. Let's give a little context to this. Cory Booker, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, and Deval Patrick, the governor of Massachusetts.
Cory Booker, let's remind people, saved a woman from a burning building.
That's true.
And then, did you know that? And he's the Newark, New Jersey mayor. And then Governor Christie did not want to be outdone, and he went into a burning building and saved a tray of biscuits. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that, but I saw it.
Yeah, they didn't burn.
I didn't know it, but I noticed it.
Yeah.
But Cory Booker did come out and speak glowingly of the pursuit of private equity, formerly known, I just like calling it what it is, leveraged buyouts. Yeah. And they changed the name to protect the innocent. But it's leveraged buyouts. It's the LBO business. Then Deval Patrick, the governor of Massachusetts, did something of the same. And then former President Clinton had this to say.
I think he had a good business career. There's a lot of controversy about that, but if you go in and you try to save a failing company, and you and I have friends here who invest in companies, you can invest in a company, run up the debt, loot it, sell all the assets, and force all the people to lose their retirement and fire them. Or you can go into a company, have cutbacks, try to make it more productive with the purpose of saving it. And when you try, like anything else you try, you don't always succeed. Not every movie you made was a smash hit.
That's for sure.
So I don't think that we ought to get into the position where we say this is bad work. This is good work.
All right. So I have a huge problem with that, because the implication, I mean, the idea that you go in there and, as President Clinton said, and for the record, I really like President Clinton a lot. I think he was a fantastic president. I think he's a great guy. I really like him. And
you can see how hard I'm squishing my face together right now.
Jimmy doesn't, but I do. And I think that he changed a lot of the dialogue in America. I think he made some big mistakes, but I think that on social issues, he was one of the people that brought us way farther ahead than anyone since LBJ in the way we converse about Americans, people. But the point is here that he paints Mitt Romney as being one of the people that wanted to go in and save a business. Mitt Romney didn't care at all about the business. I mean, everything that he has shown me, Mitt Romney, I don't know the man, but everything he's shown me is that he wants to be as disconnected from all of that as possible. He's in there for whatever the profit is, whether it is pinning down a kid in high school for a goof and a laugh, or whether it is pinning down a company, laying off the workers and shutting it down and selling it for the profit. I think he was all about the profit. I think that it is a legitimate American business, private equity, but it is not without its moral shortcomings. And I think almost immediately takes somebody out of the running, in my mind, for the presidency when they are not able to look at it as a group of human beings going to work every day. And yes, there are companies that get saved because of private equity, companies that otherwise would go under. Generally speaking, there are companies that would otherwise be sold to somebody else, and the same thing would have happened, though. So I don't look at it through the same prism that President Clinton does.
Well, this constant defense of these Wall Street vampires, right? Now, is there a place for private equity? You could say that, yes, there's a place for private equity. Is there a place for it the way Mitt Romney did it? Most of the times, no. Most of the times, you know, they're why don't they call it leveraged buyouts?
I don't know why they changed the name, because it sounds so terrible, because that's exactly what it is, a buyout.
It's because leveraged buyouts started to get a negative connotation, right? So instead of calling it leveraged buyouts, they call it private equity. So it'll just be a little while before they change it to something else, just like they used to call it the Department of War. Now it's the Department of Defense. Same thing, right? So you say you like Bill Clinton, and what I dislike about Bill Clinton was it marked a turning point in the Democratic Party where instead of if you can't beat him, join him. And so Bill Clinton joined him. And so now we have Cory Booker, right? And now we have Bill Clinton coming on and saying this stuff. And someone else just came out yesterday.
It was Deval Patrick. It was the governor of Massachusetts.
Governor of Massachusetts came out, same thing. So now we have a party where instead of being I'm for the working man and the unions, and you still haven't seen Barack Obama show up in Wisconsin, and he's not going to show up in Wisconsin. So now because we have like this, oh, we're Democrats, but we're in bed with Wall Street, and we're in bed with outsourcing jobs and NAFTA and all that stuff.
The big story here is the embrace of Bain Capital, the embrace of private equity. And one thing that I also will say about Bill Clinton, and presume that you would agree, is that the guy was good at politics.
He's great at it.
Yeah, he's great at it. So as soon as he does something that I disagree with passionately, it makes me think, well, is he onto something here? Is it maybe good? Is it somehow neutralizing to Mitt Romney to say, all right, yeah, you're good at this, but forget about what you did at Bain Capital. That doesn't matter. Let's talk about what you're going to do for the country.